I was a little bit financially irresponsible and might have ordered a turbo and a piping kit for the 6.7. All right, today we are going to be doing a little bit of buffing on the supercharged truck. I had this two-step paint corrected and ceramic coated about 3 years ago, and I haven't washed the truck since then. I don't drive the truck enough. It doesn't get dirty. It just gets dusty. So really what I do is I just have a ceramic spray or a detailing spray. And when I'm done driving it, I spray the truck down and I wipe it down with a nice microfiber. So I've never really needed to wash the truck. It doesn't really get dirty per se. It just gets dusty. So that's what I've done over the last 3 years. And since then, I have had some stuff in the paint, rubbing my hand over it. It is a little coarse. It's not super smooth. I buffed a small section here, and I can definitely feel the difference. The gloss also is a little bit better where I buffed it, so it should help the truck pop a little bit more and be a little bit more clear, which would be nice. It already pops really well because it's red, and it had the ceramic on it before, but going through with the micro cut pad should definitely clean things up and help this paint pop just a little bit more, which would be nice. I'm using Griot's Garage Orbital, and then I also am using Kosh Chemie pads. This is their micro cut pad in purple, and then I'm also using Kosh Chemie compound as well. So when I did the Super Duty, I used the same thing, except I did heavy cut on the Super Duty because the paint was absolutely destroyed on that. So I had to go through and buff the heavy scratches out with the heavy cut, and then I went through with the micro cut. And then I also used Kosh Chemie pad for that. It's in red, and then I use their compound with that as well. So on this one, all I have to do is the micro cut, of course, because the scratches over the last 3 years are very small, so nothing crazy, which is nice. Should be a pretty quick process. And when I say quick, I mean I might have 5 to 10 hours in it, depends on how I'm feeling and how hard I want to work on it. But I've got all winter. It's like January, or I'm sorry, it's like December 12th or 11th. So I've got plenty of time. The truck's not going out of the garage in the next 3 months, so I've got plenty of time to get this done. And I'm also going to throw a ceramic over the glass too, which will be really nice. It's a lot easier to clean bugs off, especially on the windshield, so definitely want to do the ceramic on the glass. But yeah, so we're going to get started on this, but before I want to get started on this, I want to go over some stuff with you that I'm currently working on in here that's actually behind the camera. So I was a little bit financially irresponsible and might have ordered a turbo and a piping kit for the 6.7 just because I want to hear it make cool noises. So let me show you what I have over here with the piping kit, show you what I've got currently done to the Super Duty as far as what's pulled apart, and I'll tell you what I ordered for a turbo. It'll be here in about 2 weeks. I'm going to drop a video on that when it gets here. Let me know if you guys want a install video. I didn't do a video on me tearing the truck apart, so I don't really know if you guys wanted me to do an install video. I'm more than happy to if somebody wants to see that, but just let me know in the comments. I'm not really sure. Without further ado, let me show you this piping kit, and I'll show you what I've got done on the Super Duty. All right. So this is the piping kit. This is pusher intakes. So I switched over all the sensors already because I'm waiting on this turbo to show up. This showed up really fast. It only took 5 days since I ordered it for it to get here. Really nice 5-ply silicone boots for these. I went with their 2-piece. This will be for hot side charge pipe. So I went with their 2-piece design for that since I'm putting in the KC turbo. There it is. So I'm putting in the KC Stage 1 Whistler. It's a 10-blade, so it should look really good. Here is the OEM turbo I took out. 63,000 miles on it. Looks good. I got to clean up the pedestal before I put that on, so I'm going to do some cleaning up on that just because it looks not that great. They give you a CCV delete kit with that pusher intake system. I already have SPEs, so I didn't need that. SPE Labs, I went with their EGR block off kit. I had red on there. This is what I had on. I had an extra black one sitting around, so I ordered one for a customer, and they actually messed up the order, so they sent me two. And so I just switched the EGR block off plate over to black because I think the black is going to contrast a lot better, and this doesn't really match very well to that. It's a little bit darker. So I figured the black would look a little bit better, and like I said, a little more contrast. So, and then I did switch exhaust tips. Might not be able to see it, but it's MBRP. It's just a 5 to 6, just like this. It's just a 5 to 6. It's a little bit shorter, but it's powder coated black, so just help complete the look a little bit more. And then, of course, I took off all the intakes and everything, so that's the hot side or the cold side charge pipe that I had on the truck that a friend of mine made. But that is what the piping kit looks like. Super nice. I'm pretty happy with it. There's a couple nicks on here. Here's one. There's that one. And there's another one right there. So, other than that, very pleased with it. Are you really going to see this once you get it installed? Probably not. Not that big of a deal. No dents at all on it, so super happy with that. And then that spot there on the pipe is going to get covered up with a boot, so I'm really not that concerned. The instructions are super nice. They're printed in color. Really need the instructions. I already watched a video on how to install it and kind of got a photographic memory, so I didn't really need to look at the instructions. So I got everything assembled with the sensors, and now I'm just waiting. Supercharger. Now I'm just waiting on the turbo to show up. So I've already put on the cold air intake section of it, which looks super sharp. And let me give them my ladder here. So this is what it looks like right now. Like I said, just waiting on the turbo. I've already installed their coolant reroute kit. I did opt for that, so it gets rid of the ugly coolant piece that comes up, and then it comes up to like a T connector and over here, and a whole bunch of other stuff runs through to your overflow for your coolant. So I did go with Pusher's reroute kit, so that goes just straight to the heater core, and then the coolant line that came up and around and over the intakes and over the rest of the stuff. You can pretty much just remove that all together, and then you cut this piece, and you just run this new hose, cut it to length, and hook it to your overflow coolant tank. So that is how you do the coolant reroute. Was super, super easy. The piece that slides in here, the metal one, that was the double O-ringed piece. Super nice quality, I thought. And then there is the black EGR block off plate. And it does have the pass-through. I'm sure you saw that in the red one. It's the same design, so it does have the pass-through for the coolant. The only thing I have to do left is the bracket right there on the oil dipstick. I have to cut that. I'm not really looking forward to it. I hate cutting any sort of metal, and I definitely hate doing it when it's in the engine bay. So I'm probably going to have to take out the fuel filter housing on the top to even do that. And then that's going to make me even more nervous because I'm going to have fuel down here, and then we'll be sending sparks around when I cut that. So I just haven't even done it yet. I might just install it and see where that sits in the engine bay and maybe go from there. But I really do think that's going to hit the intake that goes up and down to those on the valves. So on the valve covers. So I think that's going to be a problem, but I'll probably just cut it before it gets in here. I did take off the bracket here that goes and holds this wiring harness. I'm going to keep that one in, but I feel like it just looks a lot better without that one in there. But yeah, that is pretty much it on the Super Duty. Nothing too crazy. Just a stage 1 turbo from KC. Their Whistler, like I said, 10 blades, so it's going to sound super sick. And then Pusher Intakes piping kit with the coolant reroute. And then I opted, like I said, for their 2-piece hot side. So, and to get to all of this stuff, I did not obviously have a hoist, and I did it all from the engine bay and the wheel well. So you have to take off that pipe off the backside of the turbo, take off the downpipe. Downpipe can't be removed because training lines are in the way. So I just set that down there, and then I got all the rest of the stuff out with that downpipe chilling in there. Had to take off the fender flare, the fender liner to get to all that, so it has been quite the task, I will say. But once I get the turbo in, it'll definitely be worth it. All right, so that is the rundown of what I've got ordered that's here and what is coming in for the Super Duty. I am going to be dropping some serious videos on this exhaust. I've looked all over YouTube to try to find some KC Whistler videos, and there's really not a lot of good ones out there that show how loud the turbo is, what it sounds like at different RPM levels, idle, small revs. There's just not a lot of in-depth videos. So I'm super pumped to get this turbo in, get the piping kit installed, and drop a video on that so everybody can see how sweet KC's products are. with just the small videos I've seen on YouTube, I'm absolutely pumped to get this turbo in and get it installed. I can't wait to listen to it. And I can't wait to share it with you guys. So I will be dropping a video on that. Without further ado, let's get started on this. We're going to do this bedside here, and I'll kind of just get a close-up and show you guys what it looks like. Like I said, coarse here, super smooth here where I already hit it. So should give it a little bit better gloss. Let's get to it. Always got to shake your compound. Oh, by the way, this garage, love it to death. It's currently 8 degrees outside, and it's about 65 degrees in here. So I did some insulation. I got the heater installed. It's freaking awesome, but I need a little bit more room, or I just maybe need to invest in some smaller vehicles, or both. So when I put this on, I don't really do it in any particular way. Well, I guess I do. I just do some small dots just around it. Just like that. Is it the right way? I don't know. I did my whole Super Duty doing the same way, and I guess it was fine. I don't think it really matters how you apply it. So it probably is fine. And we'll work with this super narrow spot here. Figure out. And I've already wiped this down with the microfiber, so all the dust and everything is off of the vehicle. And actually, I lied. That was a few days ago. It looks like it's gotten dusty since then. We'll just hit this real quick. Just wipe it down. Just get the stuff off. Don't really care what's on there, as long as the stuff's off the surface. A lot of small scratches I can see here. I tried to tape this. You guys are be saying, "You gotta tape it off, tape it off." Holy shit. Where the fuck did that go? Oh, I think that was on there 3 years ago. That's fucking bad. Now, I was going to tape this. You guys are probably saying, "Oh, you got to tape that." I would, except this was ceramic 3 years ago, and fucking tape doesn't stick to anything when you ceramic coat it. So I've already tried to tape it. I'm not even going to worry about it. If I freaking get wax on it, whatever, I'll wipe it off. But I think it'll be fine. But yeah, let's get to it. So that's typically about the area size that I work with when I do buffing. Some people like to do smaller sections. Some people like to do bigger sections. I think this is about the perfect section for me. So typically when I work this, I'll work it across, and then I'll work it up and down. And I usually go pretty slow. I have my setting on a 4. You can go up to a 6 on this. I typically just do mine on a 4. If you're doing a heavy cut, sometimes I go a little bit slower than that. Just depends on how bad the scratches are, really. But I'm going to do the micro cut on a 4, and you'll see how I work it here, but I just kind of want to walk you through it before I start. So here we go. All right. I'm going to clean microfiber, and we're just going to wipe this off. See how it feels? Oh, yeah. All those little small scratches are gone. No more small scratches. This thing is going to be looking good next spring. I'll do this full micro cut on the truck, get it buttery smooth, and then hit it with an Adams Graphene 9-year advanced ceramic. That'll definitely enhance the gloss of this thing as well and help preserve this cut. Keep it looking good, keep it looking new. It's a 9-year coating, 10 hardness. So I've been really happy with it on the Super Duty. I've had no complaints. Application on a ceramic is definitely way more than you think it is. It took me 8 hours to fully ceramic that truck, just from starting the ceramic to end of ceramic. So it definitely takes some time. Now that is an F250 with the 6 3/4 foot box, full size truck. I mean, it's 3/4 ton, so definitely a lot more surface area. This truck is a little bit shorter, but it took some time. And now that was my first ceramic. Some people may be a lot faster than that. That's great, but I wanted to take my time, ensure that it was done perfectly. So that's why it took me so long on that one. But I'm really happy with how this is turning out. We'll hit this section here, and then I'll give you a quick rundown of the bedside, and we'll see what it looks like close up on camera. Oh my God! Stop. Need a bigger garage. Oh wait, it's coming soon. Soon. What is December, January, February, March, April, January, February. 4 or 5 months, and my dreams will be a reality as far as garage space goes. And to be honest, I'm probably not going to cheap out on it, so it's going to look badass for sure. Super pumped. Can't wait to show you guys when it is done. We'll record the process of getting the addition done, walking you through it, all that good stuff. All right, the last little section here. Well, not super satisfied. A couple spots in here that I think I'm going to have to hit again. This all feels good. I'm going to have to hit some of these spots again, but I'll hit this again, and we'll see how it feels, but I'll get you a close-up here. All right. And that's your close-up. Really looks pretty good, honestly. I feel like my... Oh, there we go. Focused in. I mean, it looks pretty good, I think. I don't think the camera focuses very well. But I think that definitely looks like, just zooming out and looking at it on camera. Maybe it's just my imagination, but I feel like this seems to be more glossy than this. It's just what I feel like. Might just be the lighting. My imagination, probably. Well, that's going to do it for this video. Just doing some paint correction on the supercharged truck and going over the setup on the Super Duty that we're going to have here soon. So once the turbo gets in, I'll get that baby thrown in, get the piping kit in, and I'm going to get you some nice videos of that template. If you want to see a video on install, just let me know in the comments. More than happy to make a video. So without further ado, I will see you guys in the next video, and hopefully, it is a exhaust clip of the Super Duty with the new KC turbo.